Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office confirming the indictment and arranging for Donald Trump's surrender, which is set to take place this coming Tuesday, April 4th. The specific charges have not yet been made public as the indictment remains under seal. President Joe Biden dodging multiple attempts from the White House press corps this week to answer questions regarding the matter.
Your reaction to President Trump's indictment?
Are you
worried that will further divide our country, the indictment?
I have no comment on that.
Mr. President, charges against Trump are politically motivated.
I have no comment on Trump.
All right, and joining us now to discuss is attorney for former President Trump, Alina Habba. She joins us now in studio. Alina, welcome.
Thank
Busy
you.
week for Team Trump. I think one of the most egregious things we saw this week, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's reaction to this indictment, which was fact-checked by Twitter, by the way. Pelosi saying this: everyone has the right to a trial to prove innocent. So last time I checked, Alina, isn't everyone considered innocent until proven guilty in this country?
Yes.
Has that changed?
Yes, I don't know. Evidently, I should go back to law school because that's what I was taught. You were innocent until proven guilty. But I actually think she spoke accurately. I think that what she said is what she meant to say, which is that in her mind, you're guilty if you're Donald Trump, and you have to now do what nobody else has to do in this country. You have to use the press, your money, your family, and a boatload of lawyers to try and prove that you are innocent. What she said was what she meant. Let's not forget that. It was inaccurate, but it was accurate for Nancy Pelosi. And it's a sad state of affairs for our country.
Well, absolutely. So many things have been unprecedented when it comes to Donald Trump, right? He was the first private citizen to have his tax returns released by Congress, right? They thought that they should be public. He was the first president to be impeached twice. He was the first president, or one of them, that had a special counsel and was then acquitted, right? Because there was no Russia hoax. There was no there. So you're on the president's team. Are you working this case specifically or not?
No, my hands are full with many other cases. I'm a civil attorney, and I'm lucky enough that the Trump team, the criminal team, the civil team on the legal side work well together. And we always coordinate in terms of making sure that we're walking a straight line and doing what's best for our client. But you said it best. They wanted his tax returns. There was nothing there. There was the Russia hoax. Hillary Clinton actually got fined by the FEC for paying Perkins Coie to hide her dossier. But, you know, Donald Trump tried to sue, and that got dismissed immediately, and nobody even met the judge. We have one thing after another with Donald Trump, and it comes to nothing, though. We have to remember that the Russia hoax was nothing. Impeachment hoax 1, impeachment hoax 2. Now we have this. We had the Mar-a-Lago raid. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden has a crack pipe and hookers.
They can't seem to find anything about him.
He's roaming free. Where is he right now? In Cabo? I mean, and the Secret Service, I think, have a rental house. I mean, it's unbelievable. The dual standard of justice in this country is frightening. And if America doesn't start paying attention, we're not going to be able to fix it. We are running out of time.
Speaking of reaction from popular Democrats across the country, take a look at this tweet from Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff this week. It said in part, quote, "The indictment of a former president is unprecedented, but so too is the unlawful conduct in which Trump has been engaged. A nation of laws must hold the rich and powerful accountable, even when they hold high office." So what do you make of that tweet?
Again, what exactly has he done? I want to know what he's done, because he's done nothing. He did nothing. I'm a lawyer. I settle cases. I have NDAs. I sign them. In order to sign them, in order to have them be a valid contract, I have people pay so that there is something called consideration. That is a normal day in my life for my clients. Not Donald Trump, anybody else. But if you're Donald Trump, somehow that's a crime. What is the crime? The FEC already investigated this. There was no campaign finance crime that they would bring. We had federal prosecutors higher than DA Bragg. Look at this. All 7 years of garbage. This is a political ploy. This is election interference. That is all this is. And people like Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they should be careful, because you know what? Somebody's making money off the stock market and another guy's doing God knows what. We better start acting the way they act, or Republicans aren't going to exist anymore.
Well, I think that is the slippery slope argument. That is dangerous. And it's a dangerous place the Democrats put us into. Because if you have a liberal DA in a liberal city going after their political opponent, which is clear in this case, then what's to say, a Republican DA in a Republican district could start to go after Nancy Pelosi for her husband's stock trading and getting rich off of her insider knowledge.
Look, if we don't start playing their game, and it's a game,
yeah.
But if we don't start playing their game, we're going to be the weakest link. And it's not about, see, the problem I have with that, even that statement that I made, is that that's just so unethical.
Yeah.
That's just not what we're supposed to do in this country.
Have they been ethical in the last 7 years when it comes to Donald Trump?
No, nothing is ethical about Donald Trump. Every rule can be broken, and a DA who is so woke, who turns big crimes, people killing people, into misdemeanors, lets them walk on the street, and then they go rape somebody else. This is the situation that we have with DA Bragg. But if it's Donald Trump, it's going to be the exact opposite. They're going to take a misdemeanor, they're going to stack it, they're going to do 30 charges, they're going to do every check that was done. Whatever garbage is coming on Tuesday, and I want to remind you, it will be garbage. We're going to fight it, and we're going to win. That's the end of the line.
Will the Trump legal team make a motion to dismiss this case before it goes to trial? If it does go to trial, will the Trump legal team push for a change of venue? A lot of folks say, including Alan Dershowitz, famed Harvard law professor, say Donald Trump can't get a fair trial, not only in Manhattan, but New York City. Does a change of venue end up in Staten Island or upstate New York, a far more friendlier area for a Republican?
Well, the problem that we have in this, and I'm his lead attorney in New York for all of his civil cases, right? So the problem that we have in this is that we have judges that are also being influenced. We have judges that have been appointed. They have lifelong benches. They don't care. So their politics don't matter. I've gone before some of them. It's scary stuff. Things that are normal. Look at my attorney general case with Letitia James. We have a case that was filed in November. In all of my years of practice, and I might look young, but I have over a decade in this city of main practice in New York, I have never seen cases move so fast. We have a case where Letitia James filed a lawsuit in November. She had 3 years to investigate, to depose 60 plus people, whatever it was. We get 6 months and we're on trial, 5 weeks to depose people. It's maddening. I've never seen anything like it. No law school can prepare you. No legal theorist can understand what we see in these courts. So they're going to file that motion to dismiss. They're going to file a lot of motions. I know the legal team on the criminal case. They're going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing them fight this.
So I have 2 questions, and I've read this somewhere, and I'm not a lawyer, but you've gone through this civil case with Letitia James. Isn't it typical if you have a criminal case that there's something really criminal there that they go first and then the civil case follows? But this seems to be the exact opposite.
No, not necessarily. They tried. Don't forget. They tried to do this. In federal prosecutors, they tried to do this. They tried to bring it before Letitia. They did the valuations case. They couldn't bring that. This is what they tried to do. They failed.
They failed. So they're taking another
So now we're taking a state DA who's obviously politically motivated. Soros back through his PAC. You know, Soros, I didn't directly pay him. Okay, you paid a PAC. The PAC paid you. It's the same thing. And then, you know, you have this roundabout, and now what they're doing is they're trying to stack, trying to bootstrap. I'm sure you've heard that a lot, anybody watching the news last week. So they'll take something that's a misdemeanor, they'll multiply them, and then they'll say, okay, now it's a felony, now it's a federal, and they'll make it something it's not. Again, it's the Trump laws, not the normal laws.
I don't want to cut you off, but I do need to ask this question. The Washington Times is reporting that President Trump is going to do a press conference either before or after the indictment on Tuesday. Can you confirm that?
I can't speak to that. I can tell you that I would encourage it. I would encourage it. I think people need to hear from him. I think he's the leading candidate in not only the GOP, but he is leading in the polls tremendously. And frankly, since they've done this, he's gone skyrocketing. He's ahead at 30 points by, you know, who we think will be his opponent. And I think he absolutely has his First Amendment rights. They can't take that away yet. They're trying. And he should, in my opinion, he should get up. He should speak. And you know what he's going to say. Look
Alina,
what they've done.
We've got 20 seconds left.
Sure.
Alvin Bragg, he can unseal this indictment at any time.
Right.
Why hasn't he?
Because he got what he needed out of it. He leaked it. He leaked it. He likes the suspense. Look, this is all political. Politics is theatrics, and I really can't stand it. Not in our legal system.
Alina Habba, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.